Hello everyone, welcome back to a new bullet journal video for the month of July. I know this one is quite late. For some reason, I just didn't get it done in the time frame that I wanted to because it was a bit stressful these past few weeks. And then I had some issues with my editing program. As usual, every time I'm already in a rush to try and upload something, my editing program is just like, nope. So this one is a bit late, but I didn't want to rush too much because I didn't want to make this video of worse quality just because I wanted to get it up on time. So I hope this video is still decent quality, even though I did rush slightly towards the end. This month, I actually forgot to film a clip of me showing the pictures that I'm going to insert, so that's going to kind of be a surprise, I guess, until I put them in. But it is a slightly more tropical theme. I sketched out this really big monstera leaf. I originally already sketched one out before I started filming, but that one was a little too big for my liking because I didn't want it to cover the entire page. But I think it still turned out bigger than I initially planned, because at first I wanted to put 2 monstera leaves on there, but I didn't actually end up doing that, as you will see later on, because I thought that this one leaf was already enough, and then I also needed to get the pictures on the other page, so I just stuck with this one. But I actually really like it. I actually sketched it out first because every time I tried to draw a monstera leaf, it doesn't really look like a monstera leaf at first, and so I didn't want to ruin it by already using marker to draw it at first, so yeah. But this entire theme's gonna be green. I actually didn't know what color to use, and so I asked my friend if she could think of a color, and she said green, so I ended up using green, and then I chose the monstera leaf because I thought it fit the theme of the pictures, and now I've actually put the pictures on the other page, so you might already recognize them as the EXO logos for the album The War, I think it was. I'm not entirely sure anymore, but it was the one where the title track, I think, was Coco Bop, and that's one of my favorite EXO songs, so I thought that was perfect, and they were one of the groups that I hadn't included in my in any of my spreads before. So this month it is the concept pictures from that album. Again, the calendar is pretty much the same. I mean, I did have to change the layout of my weekly spreads a bit to fit the pictures, but I didn't change anything about my calendar because I really like it the way it is. But it's kind of boring. I think I keep saying that I should probably change it. But you'll see here that I already sketched out the layout for the weekly spreads because I needed to make sure that the pictures actually fit in. And this time I actually put in 2 pictures that are quite a bit bigger than the ones I usually put in because I didn't know how to use this format that they used for the concept pictures, because most of them were like horizontal pictures. And so because I didn't really know how I could implement those on my weekly spreads, I went online and looked at some other people's weekly spreads for some inspiration, and that's how I came up with this, because it's simple, but I can also make it so that there's enough space for the pictures, because otherwise I would have had to print those out again smaller. But I actually wanted them to be a bit bigger than usual. So yeah, I made these very narrow columns, and obviously for the weekend I just left less space, because usually on the weekends I don't really write too much in the columns because there's just not that much that I do on the weekend. But yeah, I also I generally really like the layout with the columns. I'm not sure anymore right now how I used to do it, but yeah, I think I'm gonna definitely try to keep those columns, and I also like how I wrote down the numbers in a color and then wrote the weekday over them, because you can still read the date beneath it, but it looks kind of cool. That's one of the things that were inspired by what I found when I looked up some inspiration. And I also tried to use my washi tape a bit differently, because I had 3 different ones that kind of fit this theme, and I wanted to use all of them. And I know that one of the washi tapes, the wider washi tape, is more of a like teal color, but I thought it is still kind of greenish, so I still put it in there, also because I think it has monstera leaves on it. Yeah, it does. So I used that, and then I also tried to alternate the placement of the pictures to make it a bit less uniform, or to, switch it up a bit. I know that EXO actually has 9 members officially still, but I looked it up, and with these concept photos, Lay wasn't included, so that's why he's not in there. I did use 2 of the group photos, because otherwise I wouldn't have had enough pictures to fill up all the weeks. And then I used 2 other concept photos for a quote page later, which were the vertical concept photos, the ones that I usually use in that format. I printed those out because I thought maybe I could use them, and so I ended up using them for a quote page. But with this habit tracker, I just did it how I usually do it, and then I put all 3 washi tapes in the free space underneath it, because I didn't know how else to fill it up. I really, really like these washi tapes, but they are a bit harder to tear off, so sometimes they have really weird looking edges. I don't mind that though, because I also don't want to cut the washi tape off and have it be like really straight. I don't really like that either. Obviously my weekly task, I actually tried to use a dark green marker to make the outlines for this one, but you can't even tell because it is such a dark green that it just looks black. So I then went and wrote the numbers in a lighter green because I just wanted to use all the green markers that I had. For my mood tracker, I obviously also used my green markers, and then I sketched out I don't know what those are. I guess they kind of look like palm tree branches. I don't really know, but they were also on one of my washi tapes, so I took that as inspiration for my mood tracker. And for some reason, the clip of where I sketched it out, I think my camera cut off there. I don't really know, but you see me tracing them here, so yeah. So I think those are supposed to be palm leaves. Palm tree leaves? I don't really know. They look tropical. I could have used some monstera leaves, but I didn't want to sketch out that many individual ones. And then I'm numbering the individual leaves with, that's actually a metallic green marker, which you can't tell either, but it's like a metallic green gel marker. Then, again, music this month, as usual. And I also used the metallic green marker. But this time, the page looks very plain, because I didn't do any doodles, because I didn't really know what kind of doodles I could put there. Now we're on to the quote page. You can see which of the pictures I used for this. Those are the kind of format, that's the kind of format of pictures that I usually use. But they didn't really have that many with those concept photos. They had mainly the horizontal ones. So that's why I ended up just using these two for this quote page. And I chose one of the songs from that album, which was actually the first song off of that album that I listened to, which is called, I think, The Eve. One of my favorite EXO songs, along with Coco Pop, which are both from that album. But I think The Eve was one of the first EXO songs that I ever listened to, and that's one of the songs that really got me into their music. So I chose the lyrics from that. And I actually only wanted to write 2 of the lines here, but then I realized that I had so much space left over that I just put more lines in the end, just to kind of fill that up. I know that my Korean writing skills aren't the greatest. I really tried. But I think if I wrote it a bit slower, it could definitely look better. But I just didn't want to sit around for too long and spend too much time on writing lyrics. But this is where I realized that those 2 lines definitely weren't enough to fill up those pages, so I switched to a different marker and wrote 2 more lines after that. And yes, I chose those lines based on the translation, because otherwise I would have just chosen random lines, but I actually went through the entire translation of the song to pick out some lines that I really liked. But I can't tell you anymore what they said translated. I don't remember that. So that's it for this month. I'm gonna try to get up some more videos pretty soon, but I can't guarantee anything because it's my last month of school right now, so there's a lot of things that are still happening. Just overall, I'm kind of lacking motivation sometimes to do things. I've been playing so much Animal Crossing that I just procrastinate on everything else because I'm trying to make my island look really pretty and cute. I'm just gonna see, because I've already filmed some videos. I have another album unboxing, and then I decorated the protective case for my Switch. I also have a really big project I've been working on for almost 2 months now, and I'm still only like a third done, I think. So yeah, that will come in the future, but I don't know when, because that's definitely going to take me a long time, because I'm planning to make it into a series. I think the next video that I'm going to post might be of me decorating my Switch case. Look forward to that. Thanks for watching. Bye.